Hello my YouTube family. In this video, I'm going to take you through my entire lower body training session. It will be squat focused, and as per usual, like I have with all of my other training videos here, I will be giving voiceover tips, cues and form guidance to help you get the most out of your training session. My name is Ella and I genuinely enjoy making these videos for you guys because I just want to see more and more people in the gym training with good form, good technique, not only to get to their fitness goals, but to also feel confident, feel empowered in the gym. I hope that you enjoy this video, so let's get straight into today's session. Alright, we are starting off with some squats as the first exercise, and when you do the squats we want to warm up first. I have not included that in this video, but make sure you are warming up with mobility work. You could see that in another video that I have on my channel, so go check it out. It's the mobility for squats. So I have done all of that before I headed to do the zombie squats that you could see here. And the point of doing a zombie squat, so the hands, as you could see, are right in front of me. I look like a zombie, that is why it is called a zombie squat. This is to help with keeping that upright torso, as well as ensuring the core is engaged. I only do a few reps. You could implement it if you want to help you keep your body upright, because when we squat we tend to lean forward, but that is just to prime your body and get your body more in a more upright position, as well as keeping that core tight. Then moving on to the next warm-up set, which is the back squats, and I'm doing the first warm-up set. And notice how I am really taking my time, especially on that first rep. We want to take our time, and by taking our time is that we are being intentional from the get-go. As soon as your hand touches the barbell, you are being intentional. We are taking our time. We are respecting the barbell regardless of the load on the barbell with respect, which means we need to approach it the exact same way every single rep, no matter the load, even if it's a warm-up set. And again, this is my second warm-up set. And notice how I am taking my time. I am not dropping down, and I encourage you to do the same, is to be intentional, to take your time, to reset at the top and treat every single rep as though you are squatting your heaviest weight possible. Even though this load for me is my warm-up set and it is super easy, but we need to get into the practice and the habit of connecting that mind to the muscle. We are visualizing the form and technique. This would be the third working set, so slowly increasing the weights as I go. My top set would be at 220 pounds, so that is 100 kilos around there, and we need to make sure that you are applying the same intention to your warm-up set. And again, taking only a couple steps back, comfortable stance position, and we are taking our time. As you can see, I've stopped there and then control down, pushing those knees out as you're coming up. Only do a few reps here just to prime the body and to always make sure that your form and technique is on point every single time. And again, we want to have that upright torso, deep breath in, controlling it down, pushing the floor away, and hips drive through. Here you want to also break at the knees and hips at the same time. And again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but we want to be intentional with every single rep. This is coming to the actual working set at 220 pounds, and I deliberately put this in the video where it's not just the squat, but what happens before the actual set starts. You would notice here that I am taking my time. I'm mentally visualizing the form and technique before I do the actual rep. And if you notice anyone that does a really big squat, that they don't just walk up to the bar and just squat. A huge part of a strong and confident squat is the mental preparation that comes just before the squat. You will notice it in my next few working sets in a little bit, where I am very intentional before I even perform the rep. And again here, because I have primed my body throughout the warm-up sets to enable me to get to my actual working set. This would be the second working set at 220 pounds. And again, we want to recruit all the back muscles so that the barbell sits nice and snug on that lower back. Chest is up at all times when you are doing the squat. We want to squat as safely as possible. Again, control massive breath in, pushing the floor away, pushing those knees out. And again, we want to have those elbows right back, keeping that chest up, and we want to be facing forward at all times. I'm sure with the next working set is up, yes, 110 kilos. I think that's 140 pounds. I'm still getting my head around the pounds. You would notice as soon as you touch the barbell, you are being intentional. I am not rushing through this. You are basically putting a heavy load on your back. So we want to be mentally prepared. As you could see, it is that sort of challenge. And I know a lot of people, I've worked with a lot of people where they are afraid to squat heavy because it is scary to squat that weight up. But you are to not leave any room of self-doubt in your mind, because as soon as you have that self-doubt that you're not able to get that squat up, I could guarantee you that you are not even going to try. That is why I love squatting. It's not just building muscle, which has definitely helped in building my glutes, my lower body, and a strong core. Squats isn't just about building the lower body. It's about building a strong and resilient spine, as well as to protect your core and to protect your back if you are performing it correctly. This is what it looks like from the front. As soon as you touch the barbell, the set starts. And during this time right here, in this very critical moment, your mindset is everything. I leave no room, and I encourage you to leave no room for self-doubt. You are telling yourself, you are literally your biggest hype person. You're telling yourself that you are going to be the boss. You are going to squat that weight up regardless. And that is how I've trained my mind to be confident with the lift. I'm telling myself, I am freaking strong as queen. And I am going to get that thing up because it feels so empowering when it comes. And the reason why I love squatting, yes, it builds muscle and it builds incredible strength all around, but it really, a big part of squatting is about the mindset. I can't really, unless if you ask anyone that squats heavy, it really is about pushing your limits and telling and knowing your potential. And when you can push past that potential, because squatting heavy, anyone could do it, given that you are doing it with the correct form and technique. I must emphasize that you must be doing it with the correct form and technique, and it takes time. You have to show up consistently to your training session. You have to. I have been incredibly consistent for many years, and I've been squatting for many years to get to a point where I am at now. And anyone can do it. If you've just started, that's amazing, because you have so much room to improve. You have so much time to continue to make those improvements, make those iterations. You and I are the exact same. I just had more years to practice this. If you've just started, then it is such a great opportunity to build that skill, because squatting heavy is a skill, and it's such a beautiful and fun and empowering and strong skill that, you know, when you get it, it just feels really good. And here, this is my top working set. I'm getting off track here. This is my top working set. And again, deep breath in. Everything is nice and tight. Really, do you see my face? Lifting face. That lifting face. I think, yeah, when you know you're training hard, you have to pull those lifting faces, because that's when you know, yeah, I'm squatting some heavy ass weights. This is my top set at 120 kilos. And as you could see, I've the bulk of the training session is the squats. Usually when I do these sessions, they do take me quite a long time, because we need to make sure that we are all well rested to be able to squat the next rate. You could see here, I'm not taking this part out. You would see that I'm just taking my time here. It's not rushed, and I'm mentally preparing myself. It makes a huge difference. Please, please, please be your biggest hype person. Hype woman, hype man. You need to hype yourself up. You have to leave no room for self-doubt. You are testing your limits. You're pushing past your capabilities. And when you are able to do so, it feels so damn empowering. And I want you to feel this, but given that you are perfecting it with good form and technique. So, it's that mental visualization of the form and technique. That is what I am doing prior to the actual squat itself. Regardless, you don't have to squat as heavy as I am, but if you want to be strong and confident in your squats, it really is about mentally visualizing the form and technique and mentally preparing yourself to squat a heavy weight. This is the next exercise, which is the walking lunges, and I actually love walking lunges. I love any kind of lunges. I think that when you train your mind to love the hard things in the gym and you're able to do it, you get used to it. Your body will adapt to it, and it feels good to be strong. You train your mind to be strong, to feel strong, and it feels so, I can't explain this feeling, but I encourage you to lean into the hard, lean into it, because that is where we all know this saying, when you push your limits and when safely with the correct form and technique, and when you tell yourself that I'm going to do this, I can do it, I don't care, it just, you're empowering yourself. And this is what I love about training. It goes far beyond. If you've seen all of my other YouTube videos, yes, I'm all about building muscle, getting strong, because that's what I'm working towards. But at the same time, it really is more about that mindset and feeling empowered and feeling strong. And I want you all to feel the same way. And that comes down to knowing form and technique, perfecting it. And you don't get good from the get-go. It's just like any skill that you learn. It's not about training, like even if you learn something new. So this will be my second working set. Even if it's something new, like a new skill, it will take time. No one will just go from A all the way to Z. We need to go through the steps, and I could guarantee you, the more that you are consistent, in showing up, and the more you are just seeking that 1% improvements, whether that is through form, in showing up, going the extra 1 rep, working on, pushing, increasing the intensity, you will only get better. And my encouragement for you is that this is my chapter 30, and I please don't compare my chapter 30 to, it would be so different to someone else's, or your chapter 5, your chapter 10, your chapter 12. We all are at different chapters in our lives when it comes to training or whatever it is, and that's the beautiful thing, because that just means that's more room to improve, more room to progress. Coming to the third exercise, which is the leg press here, and towards the end of the exercise, I am pretty fatigued, and I love the leg press because you're in a fixed position. When you do this exercise, make sure that your bottom is seated all the way at the bottom and that your whole foot is planted on the plate. Take your time with this, and here I'm not fully locking out at the top, as you could see, as in I'm not locking out the knees. I'm keeping them soft so that I'm keeping that constant tension in the quads and the glutes here. In terms of foot positioning, there's no right or wrong. I generally find that when your feet positioning is further up, you will hit more of your hamstrings and your hamstrings. You still hit your your quads. And if you go closer down or right in the middle, then you hit more of your quads. But there's no right or wrong, because every single machine will be different in every single gym, and how long our feet, how long our legs are will make a difference. I'm quite short, so this position works best for me. Make sure that you are in a position where it feels comfortable, and here you want to go for full range of motion, the feet coming all the way in, making sure the entire back is on the plate. And as you could see, I'm holding onto the handles to really, so what I want you to do when you do the leg press, hold onto the handles hard so that you feel more of the engagement in your quads and glutes. That is a tip for you guys. Give that a go. Hold onto the handle here, you could see, hold onto the handle hard and pull your bottom down. So you're sort of pushing yourself down into the bottom, and that way you really feel more in a more stable position. The more stable you are, so how you become more stable is core tight, everything is engaged, you will feel your targeted muscles much more. Moving on to the fourth exercise. This is a seated leg curl here. And as always, you got to pick the right tunes to let me know in the comment section below, what kind of tunes do you guys listen to when you are training? For me, it's a mixture of R&B. I am an R&B girl. I do love R&B. That's sort of my music type. Sometimes when I'm training, I do like a bit of trance. I know it's just something that gets me going. I don't do anything that's like a soft. I need something like heavy, and I don't usually listen to that anyway. Here you want to make sure that everything is fixed. I'm checking my watch to make sure that it is on. I do record it. So here, feet all the way down. Here, really pushing that intensity. Lean into the hard push. When you are on a fixed machine, it is okay to push yourself close to failure, especially towards the end of the training session. So this would be my second last session here. Push your limits. You are on a fixed machine. Obviously, don't kill yourself, but because you, generally speaking, when you are on a fixed machine, here I'm on a fixed machine, your body is in position, and all you are doing is isolating the hamstrings here. So it is okay to push yourself as close to failure as possible. Increase the intensity, push yourself out of your comfort zone. Tell yourself that, I didn't say this before, but we know the saying that growth comes out of your comfort zone. I feel that this is more of an inspirational talk, and it's good because I really want you to be in that mindset when it comes to training. It goes far beyond just building a physique. Yes, that's great. That's our motivator to go into the gym, to work towards building a beautiful physique. But at the same time, it really is about challenging that mindset, the mindset and the mental, the mental strength that you have to push through these exercises. And I'm pretty sure by now I am quite fatigued, because the squats at the beginning, like you saw, will take the bulk of, it's quite taxing, especially the amount that I was doing. So we also need to be training smart and understanding your body, and not killing yourself, but training smart, but also training hard. And you will only know this the more consistent you are at. The more you train, the more you learn about your body, and that is so empowering. And it's not about being perfect, it's about trial and error and what works for you. And here, I think I have dropped down the weight and just going at it. This would be sort of a finisher, because towards the end, I just want to feel the burn in the hamstrings. This is the last exercise, I believe, and we are isolating the quads here. Here, I'm not going too heavy at towards the end of the exercise, because my whole body has been pretty taxed from all of the exercises previously, and it is ideal to leave the isolated muscle groups, so isolating the quads here towards the end of the training session. And here I'm just doing sort of like a burner for two sets and high reps. So the last two exercises are generally 1 to 2 sets and higher in reps, just to have a finisher. I hope that you enjoyed this training session and that you were able to take away the cues, the tips, and the form guidance to help you when you do your training session so that you could make the most out of it. And please do let me know in the comments section below what training videos that you would like to see more of next. And if you like these kind of voiceover tips and cues, please also do let me know. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe if you want to see more like this. Your support really means so much to me. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye.